Hello my friends, I hope you're having a good evening. I wanted to read you this scary story. It's called, The Grass That Killed People. I hope you like it. John had always dreamed of becoming a journalist. He loved reading the news and learning about the world. He worked as a paper boy for the Birmingham News, hoping to impress the CEO, Shauna Angel, and get a chance to write for the paper someday. He admired Shauna for her courage and charisma. She was the one who had exposed the corruption scandal of the mayor, the drug trafficking of the local gang, and the environmental disaster of the chemical plant. She was a legend in the city, and John wanted to be like her. One day, as he was delivering the papers, he noticed a strange patch of grass behind a building. It was bright green and had a sweet smell. John was curious and decided to take a closer look. He walked towards the grass, feeling a strange attraction to it. He reached out to touch it, but as soon as his fingers touched the blades, he felt a sharp pain. He pulled back his hand and saw that it was covered in red bumps. He realized that he was allergic to the grass. He ran away from the patch, sneezing and coughing. He felt dizzy and nauseous. He barely made it to his bike and rode away. He went home and took some medicine. He searched online for the grass and found out that it was a rare species called Lethalora. It was native to a remote island in the Pacific Ocean, and it was known for its beauty and toxicity. It had a chemical compound that could cause severe allergic reactions in humans, and even death in some cases. It was also highly flammable and could explode if exposed to fire. John wondered how the grass got there and who planted it. He decided to investigate the matter and write a story about it. He thought that this could be his big break, and that Shauna would notice him. He went back to the patch the next day, wearing gloves and a mask. He took some photos and samples of the grass. He also looked around for clues. He found a security camera on the building and a trash can nearby. He checked the camera and saw that it was not working. He looked inside the trash can and found a receipt from a Chinese restaurant. It had the date and time of the previous day, and the order of a crab rangoon. John remembered that Shauna loved crab rangoon. He wondered if she had anything to do with the grass. He decided to confront her and ask her. He went to the Birmingham News office and waited for her to come out. He saw her walking towards her car, holding a paper bag. He ran up to her and called her name. She turned around and smiled. She recognized him as one of her paper boys. "Hi, John. What can I do for you?" she asked. "Hi, Shauna. I have something to show you. It's very important. Can you come with me?" he said. "Sure. What is it?" she said. He led her to his bike and showed her the photos and samples of the grass. He told her what he had found out and asked her if she knew anything about it. She looked at him with a mix of surprise and amusement. She laughed and said, "Oh, John. You are so naive. You think you can impress me with this. You think you can be a journalist like me." John was confused and hurt. He said, "What do you mean? Don't you care about the truth? Don't you want to expose this mystery?" She shook her head and said, "The truth? There is no truth, John. There is only power. And I have it. You see, I planted the grass there. I stole it from a botanical garden many years ago, when I was a reporter. I wrote a story about it, how it was beautiful and deadly. It was a hit. It made me famous. But I also kept some of the grass for myself. I knew it could be useful someday. I used it to get rid of my enemies. The mayor, the gang leader, the plant manager. They all died from the grass. I made it look like accidents. No one suspected me. I became the CEO of the paper. I controlled the news. I controlled the city. John was shocked and horrified. He said, "You're a monster. You killed innocent people. You lied to everyone. You betrayed your profession. How could you do this?" She shrugged and said, "It was easy. And fun. And profitable. You see, John, I don't care about the people. I don't care about the city. I don't care about the world. I only care about myself. And I always get what I want. And right now, I want you. You're a handsome young man, John. You have potential. You could be my partner. My lover. My successor. Join me, John. And I'll make you a star." She moved closer to him and touched his face. She leaned in and kissed him. John felt a surge of fear and disgust. He pushed her away and said, "Number. I'll never join you. You're evil. You're crazy. You need to be stopped. I'll expose you. I'll tell everyone what you've done. I'll bring you to justice." She smiled and said, "Oh, John. You're so brave. And so foolish. You can't expose me. You can't stop me. You can't beat me. I have the power. And you have nothing. You're just a paper boy. A nobody. A loser. And you know what I do with losers. I eliminate them." She reached into her paper bag and pulled out a crab rangoon. She took a bite and said, Delicious. You know, I always order crab rangoon when I'm about to kill someone. It's my lucky charm. And my last meal for them. Do you want some?" She offered him the crab rangoon. He refused and said, "No, thanks. I'm allergic to shellfish." She said, "Oh, really? Well, that's too bad. Because you're also allergic to this." She flicked her lit cigarette from earlier into the grass. The grass caught fire and exploded. John felt a blast of heat and pain. He screamed as he burned. Shauna watched him with a smile. She said, "Goodbye, John. It was nice knowing you." Not. She got into her car and drove away. The next day, the Birmingham News had a big story on the fire and the missing paperboy John. Shauna wrote the story herself. She said that John was a hero who tried to save the city from a terrorist plot. She said that he sacrificed his life to stop the fire. She said that he was a journalist at heart. She said that she was proud of him. She lied. She always lied. And she always won.